Okay, well, good morning, everybody. It is 10:46 a.m., Monday, December the 15th, in the year of our Lord, 2025. Yes, in 10 days it'll be Christmas Day. What do you think, Rocky? He's quite the cat. He's having a sleep. Look at his ears, they're all brown. He has brown ears. He's a brown tabby though. That's his breed. He's called a brown tabby. So, yeah. Beautiful cat anyway. He's having a good sleep right now. You can see his face there. I don't know what you're seeing when I'm doing that, but he's fast asleep anyway. He is. So, um, gotta take Rocky tonight over to my cat lady's house, and we're gonna give him a more um more fluids because he is dehydrated. So you just put a needle in through here and pump the fluids into his body. The needle goes in here basically under his skin, and you just pump the fluids in. He doesn't like it. It kind of upsets him to have that done, but it'll help him in the long run. Um, he's quite the cat anyway. He is quite the cat. Um, yeah. Look at him. Anyway, it's looking like with the with what the government is doing here with the digital ID, I'm refusing it. So I'm probably going to lose the disability benefit that I get. Um, so that's going to make things pretty lean around here for sure. Things are already kind of lean. They're going to get a lot worse. Um, and that's how that will go. Um, so I am thinking of monetizing the channel for that reason when the numbers are up that I can do it. I didn't want to monetize the channel because I think you lose a lot of freedom if you monetize. They'll scrutinize you more closely and stuff. But still, I probably will end up having to. Um, it's funny how things go, though, because I signed up for YouTube Premium, which means I'm paying every month for YouTube. And since I've done that, they've stopped messing with my numbers. One of the reasons I did that is I wanted to see if they would stop messing with my numbers if I was paying them, and they have. So it goes to show, see, there's corruption in everything, eh? You know, now that I'm paying them every month for YouTube Premium, they're not messing with my numbers anymore. Prior to that, they were doing everything they could so that I wouldn't be monetized. So, and really, I wasn't looking to be monetized anyway, so I wasn't really that bothered about it. But like I say, I may have to now put in to be monetized because YouTube, because I'm going to be looking for any source of income I can get at this point. Of course, eventually with the digital ID, I won't be able to bank, which will mean that to buy me a coffee and any YouTube monetization money or anything like that, I won't be able to get. But because that will happen eventually, it'll go to did you can't do anything. It'll go to you can't renew your driver's license unless you have the digital ID, and you can't bank unless you have it, and so on. So it's actually quite evil what the government is doing. And it isn't just here, it's a worldwide thing. In the United States, it's at least slowed down a bit because the U.S. has a strong constitution. And because Donald Trump, for all his faults, isn't a globalist, at least as far as we know. And so that definitely helps. But of course, his days are numbered. Even if nothing happens to him between now and the end of his term, he will have served his second term as president. So he'll be done. When he finishes this 4-year term, he'll be done. And then it'll be up to whoever gets in there as far as whether they pursue the globalist thing like they did under Biden or not. So, yeah. Anyway, so the Americans have got a slight reprieve from it. But it's only temporary, really. And it is still coming in there, too. They're building big data centers and they're doing all sorts of things, getting the infrastructure ready. And Trump knows that, and he's allowing it. So, he's not entirely good either, but he's just better than what they would have, if they still had a globalist in there, that's all. But like I say, I don't think any politician is going to save us, really. I don't. But bottom line is, though, for the time being at least, I can still bank. And so if I monetize the channel when the numbers are up that I can do it, that will help a little bit. Although YouTube doesn't pay a lot of money. For most people, YouTube doesn't pay a lot of money. I've heard of some people on YouTube making a lot of money, but it's rare, I think, really. Still, every little bit will help. Even if it only gives me an additional $50 a month, I'll be glad to get that, when I'm in that situation where I lose my disability benefit. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's what's going on here at Camp Crazy. So, welcome to Camp Crazy, I guess. The sleepy kitty cat. The crazy guy here laying in the bed next to the sleepy kitty cat. We'll see you later.